In all honesty, when I got diagnosed, it seemed like a tragedy. And as I continued to walk down that path of cancer and treatment, it really turned out to be a gift. I grew up in a home with a father who is an alcoholic, and there was domestic violence in our home. And so a lot of growing up was hiding what was supposed to be an ideal family, and it just wasn't. And so a lot of growing up felt invisible. In an effort to minimize the anxiety, I turned to drugs, and it was really simple in the beginning. It was just a teenager smoking cigarettes, turning into a teenager that was drinking, turning into a teenager that picked up a meth pipe, and traveled down that road a little bit because it numbed and it made me feel like I didn't have to worry about anything at all. And it turned into a period of my life where I was just chasing the high to run away the lows, and realized that that just was not worth it. At which point then I turned to food. That led me to be much heavier than I was now, and it took until I can remember the exact day. It was actually July 4th of the year that I turned 40 years old, that I realized in the course of my entire life, because all I had chosen to do was mask things with something else and not face my fears, that I was ready to discover myself and take a different turn on life, away from substances, away from things that I thought made me feel a certain way, and decided at that point forward that I just had to become addicted to loving myself.
Everything that she's dealt with and still deals with, those things never really leave you. You're just how you choose to handle them, right? And then that's what she does. It turns it around and makes it a positive part of her life.
By the time I became an adult, I wasn't really sure who I was or who I was supposed to be. And a bike got me there. My first thought was that I'm gonna die because my family's littered with cancer and most everybody dies.
I kind of had to prepare myself for that thought that she could die. That this perfect person that I'd met and, never even thought existed, now I have as my wife, and then all of a sudden this happens and she has cancer, and then she could possibly die, and then I had to prepare myself for that, and that's not a good place to be, but it's the reality of cancer, unfortunately, and it sucks. It really sucks.
So on December 1st of 2022, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, invasive lobular carcinoma. I knew that something was wrong because when I rode my bike or when I ran, I could tell that my left breast felt heavier. It just didn't feel right. I had gotten my mammograms exactly like I was supposed to. I did everything the way I was supposed to. I actually have a gene mutation that makes me extremely likely to get several different forms of cancer, and so I've been very on top of getting the screenings like I am supposed to. But because of the type of cancer I have, it's considered a sneaky cancer, and it actually hid from all of the mammograms. By the time it was discovered, I had to urgently push to get a diagnostic mammogram. I actually got turned away a couple of times and had to advocate pretty hard to get back in, to get screened. And by that time, it had already spread to my lymph nodes. So my first thought was fear. And I have a really, really strong belief that fear can take you down faster than anything. And I knew that if I continued to live in fear, it would kill me before cancer killed me. And so I had to remind myself that when you are faced with a situation like cancer and it seems really scary and you're really fearful, the first thing you have to do is run towards it, not away from it.
She kind of made the decision that she wasn't going to let it take over her life.
I thought I knew a lot about cancer, specifically breast cancer, because of seeing family members go through it, but once I was diagnosed, I realized how little I actually knew, how much decision-making there was to go into it, and it was a lot of hard decision-making with very little information, a lot of self-educating, and I felt that it was really unfair for somebody to have to go through and try to find answers all by themselves. Even though you have a treatment team there, they're not with you all the way and they can't make the decisions for you. You have to make the decisions for yourself. And one thing that I decided was that I was not going to have reconstruction. I was going to have my breast removed and I was going to stay flat. A big driving factor in that was actually so I could get back on my bike much more quickly. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that it was silly to even be worried or stressed out about the way that my body looked, because my body is not what defines me, and it's not who I am. And it was really important to me that as I went through that process, I made myself vulnerable, because I think that courage comes from vulnerability, and I think that you grow when you're vulnerable. And a big piece of it too was educating others and raising awareness about the options that are out there, and being strong enough to make the right decision for yourself and not feeling like you have to do things just because society thinks that you should fit into a certain mold or look a certain way because you're a woman. So I decided to start posting on social media, and not just verbally posting things, but sharing pictures. I've been homeless I have done drugs. I grew up in a house that was not so kind and forgiving, and I know that what got me through all of that was just my continued persistence and understanding that I have to be grateful for everything, no matter how bad it is, and also understanding that no matter how scared I am in a situation, I have to run towards it and not away from it. So what I decided to do was just to start sharing my journey. I knew that by sharing my journey, it would help me. I knew that for me to be vulnerable means that courage will come. I knew that if I shared my journey, I shared my pictures, and I shared my story, that it would help me to cope with it. And then on the flip side of things, it would help other women and men, both, who maybe are experiencing the same thing or maybe come up upon the same thing, because I could help to educate them in that same process.
Watching her go through that, I mean, I already knew she was a very strong person, but that was like, you're one of the toughest, or probably the toughest person I've ever seen to go through that, stay positive. And, you know, it wasn't always perfect. You always have the ups and downs, but consistently it was, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let this beat me. And it was inspirational to see her. That was really, you know, said kind of a, and she always has been, because she's always been a kind of motivational and positive person, and you know, helps people. People are drawn to her, and you know, she always has that kind of, I don't know really what I'm looking for there, but the ability to make you feel like you can do something, right? And they have empower you to do something. And watching her do that kind of saw it in a whole new light, you know, and how she took everything that she provides to other people and applied it to herself.
It is absolutely worth it, and I have gotten calls and text messages from women who have since gone and gotten their mammograms, and during the waiting period from when they got screened until getting answers, they've called and texted me, because it's scary, especially once somebody you know has cancer. It becomes something that seems like it could be really real in your own life. If it happened to somebody else, it can happen to you. And so if it makes a difference in even one woman getting screened, or if it makes a difference in one woman feeling confident in her skin, whether she has cancer or not, then to me that makes a difference. A day in my life on a bike with Patrick is everything in a feeling that I think I was chasing my entire life. And it's not because I need Patrick to be me. It's because Patrick accepts me for who I am, therefore I can be me. I just feel like it brings the best out of both of us. We're doing something that we love together, and we do a lot of reflecting when we're writing. We do a lot of talking when we're writing. We do a lot of sharing when you're writing. And a day in the life on a bike with Patrick just brings us closer together.
That's where we're at right now, and just getting back, as you see, to doing what we usually do and living our lives. And I'm just glad it's over, really.
I walked the path that I was supposed to walk and did the treatment I was supposed to do. And it actually turned out to be a pretty big gift in my life, which a lot of people find pretty surprising. can absolutely get hurt when riding bikes, but what hurts worse is not riding bikes, because not riding bikes for me means depression. Not riding bikes for me means anxiety, and that doesn't just hurt me, it hurts my family, and I thrive when I'm on my bike, despite the fact that I've had 2 broken wrists now and a surgery, an injured back. None of it compares to feeling like you can't get out of bed.
Yes, you did. And that's, as we all know, we're mountain bikers, that's just the reality of mountain biking, right? It happens. And that one was tough because she was just starting to feel good and getting back and, you know, learning to ride without what was previously there. And so it was cool to see her get back into riding and riding the way she used to, and then just a silly little crash and broke her wrist.
For me, pain reminds me that I'm alive. And getting through pain reminds me that I'm strong. And overcoming the fear of whatever caused the pain just makes me mentally stronger. And so, again, I think when you're faced with adversity and you choose to run towards it instead of away from it, you become a stronger person and you continue to discover things about yourself. I always knew I was a strong person. I didn't realize how strong I was until I got the cancer diagnosis and overcame it. I ride because riding brings me life. It has been, for the last 10 years, everything that has made me feel alive, everything that has made me feel like I can accomplish something, that I can do hard things and be good at it, that I can try something and practice and get better, and that I can think clearly. So riding brings me life. It brings me to life. It kept me alive. It clears my head. It is everything that I need in order to feel completely whole. So it drives me. I love it.
If we should ever falter, should we ever hang by a string, remember we had each other through all the seasons, through everything. These unspoken wonders, these stories left to tell. There can't be any other who loves me quite as well.
This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line, there ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time, this is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame, I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes.